All right. Okay, let's get started. So Christine Edwards here. I'm going to be talking about whether creatives can win government contracts. So I did a quick poll in my IG stories the other day about what should be my next IG Live topic. And this topic won, really blew the other topic out of the water. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Can creatives win government contracts? And can creatives win corporate contracts? And so there are 4 things I want to go over today. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I know you guys are probably out shopping with your family. It's Small Business Saturday. So 4 things I want you to remember, whether you are a creative and you're trying to win government contracts, okay? All right, so number 1, you might need to position yourself, right, and pivot in order to fit into a wider category. And so what does that mean? So when we talk about the vendors or the professionals that are most likely to win government contracts, they're divided into a couple of different categories. You have goods and products, and then you have professional services. So goods and products could be things like maybe you're selling an actual product like a container or a supply, a healthcare supply or something of that sort, right? And then professional services goes into your more technical, professional, kind of office-oriented services like design, architecture, admin. It could be, for example, what's another professional services? The service that I offer is professional services, community outreach, marketing. Those are all professional services. So you have your professional services and then you have your goods and products. Also, the largest category for government spending is still construction. You have construction, that's in the goods side, that's in kind of your technical things that you can touch and feel. Those are going to be your goods and products. And then on the other side, things that you can't necessarily feel, but are still very important, those are going to be your professional services. Information technology, or IT, is a very large professional services that is contracted over and over and over in the government space. So you're probably thinking, where do the creatives fit in? If those are the only 2 categories that you can really get in the government or corporate space, where do the creatives fit in? And so this is why I want you to, number 1, pivot or reposition yourself or your offering in order to somewhat fit, right? And so when I say position yourself, so let's say, for example, you are creative and the creative skill that you have is design, graphic design, artistry, visual design, right? And so you're going to pivot yourself into a larger category, which is the graphic design or marketing category. So when we talk about marketing, marketing is a high in-demand skill needed for government projects, especially needed for things like developments, neighborhood developments, building developments, interior design, exterior design. A lot of these government facilities need to be designed. So if you are a visual artist, think about whether you can pivot or reposition your offering into that more visual design space. Now, if you're thinking you are a performance artist, right? Maybe you are a visual performance artist, or you teach visual performances, like, for example, theater, acting, singing, musical instruments, things like that, right? So that space is going to be your education space. Yes, public education is a government service. Folks forget about that, right? And folks forget that public education and schools use vendors all the time in order to fill their programming slots. So give me a me, give me a ME in the chat. I see you guys in the chat. Give me a me in the chat if you have ever done a paint and sip. Drop a me, right? So if you've ever done a paint and sip, that's a visual kind of a performance artistry, right? And so I actually spoke to a potential client of mine who was interested in getting into the, thank you, yeah, who was interested in getting into the education space to do an educational paint and sip for high school students. So this could work for high school students or college students. And again, that's how you sort of reposition yourself, right? Okay, so that's number 1, repositioning. Number 2, for creatives, getting government and corporate contracts is getting your ducks in a row. And I know that's a term that you guys have heard before, right? Getting your ducks in a row. Okay. Hey guys, so you want a number two, get your ducks in a row. So what does that mean? Yesterday, I had a really interesting conversation on a new social media app called Clubhouse. And the Clubhouse is basically an audio-based app where you can drop into topic-oriented rooms. The room I was in was called Reinventing for 2021. And so I just popped in there because I was curious what it was about. And one of the things that I shared in there, it was about entrepreneurs and really how to reinvent yourself and what services you could really push forward in 2021. I was like, oh, this is great. And so what I talked about in that room was getting your ducks in a row, right? Getting ready to serve B2B clients, getting ready to serve corporations and governments, because in 2021, guess what? Folks are going to start going back to the office. I know that they are. They already are. And we have a privilege to be working from home. So I know that folks are going to start going back to the office in 2021. And so that's why I want entrepreneurs and service providers to get their ducks in a row. Thank you. I see you in there. B2B is going to be huge. Yeah. So go ahead and get your business entity legitimized, get your LLC, get your profit and loss statements together, get your taxes together, right? And start to formulate a team in order to serve in the B2B space rather than serving in the direct to customer or the B2C space. Corporations need things like, for example, at the start of 2020, you know, there was a huge need for plexiglass. There was a huge need for signage. And so now in 2021, there's going to be a need for workplace activities, workplace engagement, workplace services. So that's number two, getting your ducks in a row and getting ready to serve at a larger scale. And really, that kind of leads into number three. Number three for creatives who want to win government contracts and who want to win corporate contracts is you might have to think longer term, right? And so I don't want to make any assumptions about creative entrepreneurs, right? I know some of them are my best friends, but at the same time, I want us to all be thinking about longer term contracts and longer term partnerships in order to serve at a higher level and to serve at that B2B level. And so that's number three is think longer term, think about how you can extend that relationship beyond the contract period. Think about how you can go into multi-year service contracts. For example, in that employee space, right? Let's say you are a designer and you want to visually design an office space. Go in and make the partnership for that one term contract, but then offer the availability to go in again and offer maintenance, right? Offer the availability to go in again and teach those services to the employees. So again, we're still talking about the B2B space. We're talking about the B2G space. And the way that you can really position yourself is thinking about how to pivot into that larger category. So say, for example, it's marketing. Think longer term marketing services that extend beyond that contract. Number four, and this is my last one. Number four, because we're coming up on 1 o'clock now. So, you know, again, like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. So number four is partnerships and packaging. So when it comes to creative entrepreneurs, pitching their services to governments and to corporate clients, partnerships and packaging is going to be huge, okay? So let's say, for example, you are a performance artist and you offer jazz, right? So you are a jazz band and that's your bread and butter. And so you're thinking, okay, events are, you know, still kind of up in the air. Events are questionable. We don't know what's going to happen in 2021. How can I make this longer term thing work? How can I make this corporate thing work? So let's say if you're a jazz band, what you could do is you could partner, right? You could partner with someone who is in the teaching leadership space, right? Who is getting in to those rooms more frequently. And maybe you could package your services so that not only is it a leadership, coaching, educational type of thing, maybe there's music that comes with it. Maybe there's a performance that comes with it. So partnerships and packaging is going to be huge in 2021, especially when it comes to winning these contracts. Again, now you're probably thinking, how do you get your foot in the door? How do you actually win, right? So government contracts, we all know that it has to be, they put out a bid, right? Or they put out an RFP, which is a request for proposals. And when it comes to finding those RFPs that really fit your niche, you're going to want to use certain keywords. And maybe the keyword art or music or band is not going to find you the contract that you're looking for. Perhaps the keyword that you could use is, again, those larger, broader categories like marketing, design, specifically graphic design, education, youth. Anything that has to do with education and youth, I think would be a great fit for those creative entrepreneurs when it comes to artistry, when it comes to performances. Trying to think of what else. Let me see if I have any questions. I'm trying to see if I have any questions on Facebook, but it's not letting me be great. And my phone keeps on pausing. Thank you, Josh. Absolutely. Yeah, I look forward to connecting with you. Y'all let me know if you have any questions. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Let me know if you have any questions coming in. I did want to tell you guys while I had you here, I do want to tell you about the public sector payday program. So I just started offering one-on-one coaching services, and the public sector payday program is a 30-day program. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the public sector payday 1-day, full day VIP intensive. The full day VIP intensive is useful for folks who just kind of want to get started. They want to get a jump start, right? They want to get a jump start on their government contracts. They want to get a jump start on their certifications. They know they've been sitting on these certifications for months, maybe even years at this point. So that full day VIP intensive is going to get you jump started and get you started on the right direction. It is 8 hours directly with myself, your coach, and I'm going to show you everything you need to know in order to win your first certification, earn your first certification, and then win your first government contract. I'm going to show you where to find these contracts. I'm going to show you how to put together a proposal. And we're also going to be exploring your business model, right? So we're going to explore your business model. And right now, the public sector payday program, full VIP 1-day intensive, is actually doing a December discount. So yeah, today is Small Business Saturday. So I am offering a December discount for folks who want to join public sector payday before the end of the year. That's right. Get started right now in 2020. Don't wait till 2021. We are going to get started ASAP, okay? ASAP. Tuesday is December 1st. So that is when the discount starts. If you're interested in the December discount, please send me a DM. Or if you just want to know more about the public sector payday program, hey, good people. If you guys want to know more about the program, please send me a DM and just put payday. Just put payday in the DM and I will send you more information. All right. So thank you so much for your attention. Thank you for your awesome questions. And I look forward to connecting with y'all this week. All right. Happy Saturday. Happy Small Business Saturday.